Hey guys, quick little video here. Just want to show you guys what I've been up to. So, right now I'm carving out a meandering membrane on my pottery wheel. Gotten slightly more advanced and built these ribs in order to shape the clay on the wheel. Now, I'm not really happy with this profile, and I'm probably not going to use this one, but it's good practice. But my plan here, what I'm going to do after I've finished carving everything, and once I've set the shaft, which, bear with me here for a second. So I have this, I'm going to use an 1.5 inch hexagonal shaft. So I've got to plumb this up, set it in, and then I'm going to slip cast. Sorry, not slip cast. I'm going to make a mold out of plaster. So several years ago I built these, but I didn't really have the skills or the knowledge to make molds. So now what I can do is make a full press. And what I want to attempt to do is either slip cast these membranes in ceramic, and then from the ceramic I can make wax forms, or I have another plan to using the molds as a press and sheets of wax at a certain temperature to press the wax into the plate shape, and then to electroform that. So I've got a lot of work to do. As you can imagine, this is a lot of carving by hand, but once the mold is made, you can make this, you can, replicate this many times. So there's the rib. I cut this out on a spline saw, and then using about 8 pounds of clay, threw it on the wheel, press the rib into the clay, and these portions here, like teeth, pressed down and dug out the clay to create the profile. So this is one of many meandering membranes I'm probably going to make until I get this right. So if I'm smart about this, I should be able to make some pretty complex molds. And from there, like for example, look at this tile, this plate here. So, that's a complex shape. I believe I can do the same. You ready? Nice. Okay, that's better. So basically what I want to do is flatten this out into a disc. I'm just going to go nice and slow. this works. That's a lot of clay. Let's go, baby. Okay, not bad. Not too bad. So I'm just pressing with my right hand, pushing the clay out. With my left hand, I'm keeping it, holding, this is centripetal and this is centrifugal. Okay. Kind of using this part of my hand. It's not perfect, but it's okay. Okay. Getting there. I gotta take some of this clay from here and push it out. Like that. Reuse the slip from your hands to lubricate. This is soft machining. I love this music. Okay, what next? I need to go a little further. As I press, I'm pushing in the opposite direction as well. I can feel a few air bubbles under there. It's okay though. almost there. I'm almost happy with the disc. Because I want a little more clay up here for sure. You know, I could probably start using the rib. Okay, so how this rib is going to work, these teeth, they're going to bite into the clay. I'm going to line the center up there. Kind of like that to start. God, I hope this works. Now, I don't want to take too much clay out. What I want to do is sort of pull this clay up. I'm going to pull this clay up. My centers. So I'm just pulling the clay from either trough up to the crest. Okay, it's looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. I need quite a bit more clay out on the outside. I feel I may have under-measured the clay I need. So now I'm pressing pretty firmly. You can see the clay I've gathered. That's the machine tool. I may have to add more clay on the outside. Not too bad. Not too bad for a first go with this technique. The way I used to do it was just with my fingers. No measurements or anything. Alright, pressing pretty hard there. like teeth. Zombie. I'm very happy with this. So what I'm going to do at the shaft is I'm going to bore it out, and then I'm going to put hexagonal extrusion into the shaft. So this is my positive. I'm going to make a plaster negative of this. Not quite done forming it though. Turn that music off. My speaker is just blown. Oh, don't fuck it up now. Okay, so I'm just gonna compress these crests here. They're a little bit soft. Okay. So that's step one. Turn that music off. It's always useful to have a wash bucket off to the side. I've designed these special ribs for the pottery wheel. So they're designed to be impressed into the clay to create that profile. So these were cut out of a spline saw on 1.5 inch high density polyethylene. This is oak. You know, I just ripped a piece of oak and then cut it out on the spline saw. So the ribs I'm gonna use, these are all just, these were me playing around, figuring things out. And then the ribs I'm gonna use for the final form are outside at my pottery wheel. And then I've made a rib for the hub to make that half egg shaped section of the hub. I've got a cast of some hexagonal shaft dimensions, 1.5, 1 5/8, 2 inches. So what I can do here is extrude clay. And what I'm gonna do is build the meandering membranes out of clay. And then I'm going to plaster, create a plaster mold out of number 1 pottery plaster. And then I'm gonna create a press. And let's see where this goes, I don't know. What I can say is I taught myself how to do this, how to make these. And I know I can make machine quality copper. I know I can electroform machine quality copper. What I need to do now is make the mold for the hub, make molds for the joint where the hub will connect to the pipe. And in the future, the way I'm gonna do this is I'll have a hub mold with a joint mold and then my copper pipe, and I will pour wax into that assembly and then extract a fully cast pipe and joint, okay? So I've got my ribs. Now, I got clay. I'm going to use red stoneware just because this is what I like using. And I think I'm going to go with, so this is 20 kilograms. So this is 10 kilograms here. Based on my experience, I'm throwing a 20-inch meandering membrane. These ribs are designed for a 20-inch. And the reason I'm going with 20-inch is because I got pretty big pipes. And these pipes are going to be the suction intake pipes for the suction turbine. And what I want to do is create a suction turbine which will nest into an oil drum. So I got a lot of work ahead of me, but this is just a very small part of the process. So 20 inches is the meandering membrane. An oil drum is 22 inches, and that gives me space for so you have the exit water and then your exterior baffle, or your exterior, I always forget the name of it, but anyways, the water jet will exit. There'll be about an inch air gap, and then the periphery of the oil drum, and around the periphery of the oil drum is where I will create a ring, an Archimedean ring of sorts. Okay, so I'm not gonna ramble too much. I'm just gonna try to get this done. I have everything set up for the slip casting, and I have everything set up to make this meandering membrane out of clay. So what I want is, based on my experience, I used about 5 kilograms. I think I'm gonna use, and I'm not gonna use the whole thing, it's too much. Maybe there. I'll put it there. Okay, so there's my block of clay. Personally, I think forming Schauberger geometries out of clay, out of Mother Earth, is very appropriate. So I gotta work this clay, knead it, and for anybody who's done pottery, you know that kneading this much clay is a lot of work, but there's a technique. It's called the spiral wedge technique. Okay, just get it started. Wedge this clay, and think about what I'm gonna make. There you can see spiral wedging, it's so interesting. I'm pretty sure I got into pottery because I wanted to make Schauberger machines. This is the process of clearing the air from the clay, as well as aligning. What you're doing is aligning all of the clay particles. And then when I throw it on the wheel, I'll cone it up and down, and that will align them even more. There, you can see that nautilus shape. This is the mill. So I can kind of explain to you what happens here. If I poke a hole right here, okay? So I'm gonna knead this, and you'll see this hole, it'll pass through this mill here where I'm kneading it, and the air will clear out.
Essentially what you're doing is centrifuging the air. So you can see the hole starts here in proximity to the head. Watch it move. Where's the hole? See the hole is there now? See how it's traveling in? I'm gonna process it in there. You can kind of hear the air farting out of the clay. I do this on my hands and knees because I want to get my body weight into it. And it's like a prayer. Where's that hole? Oh, it's already processed. Okay, so I'm gonna finish this up. Roll it up. And there, I have an egg. So I went from a block of clay to a spiral to an egg. Now, I'm gonna go out on the wheel and I'm gonna make a membrane. Meandering membrane, okay? That's work.